Namaste. Okay, today is the last day of Garuda Purana, chapter 17. It has no English translation, and it's really short. It's 17 verses long, I think. 16 or 17? 16. And yeah, it has no translation. Okay, here we go. Atha Mahatmya Shri Bhagavanuvacha Ityakyatam Maya Takushuyu Salvame Baul Tve Salvame Paul Salvame Baul Tva Salvame Baul Tva Tehikamu Tashaha Pianan Tare Shurutva Salvapa Paihu Pramuchiate. Sorry. Idam Jamushimikam Kaima Petrumukati Pradayakam Putrabanchitadam Jaiva Paratreha Sukhapradam Idam Kaima Na Kulbananti Ye Na Satikanara Tamah Na Satikanara Tamah Deshum Jalamapeyam Siatu Suratuliam Na Samchayah Devatah Pitarashijaiva Naiva Pashyananti Tadagurham Pavananti Deshum Kopena Putrah Pautura Secha Tulgatah Brahmanoh Kushotriya Vaishyah Shudra Shechai Vetarepi Ja De Janundala Sama Jinyaya Salve Bratakriyam Vina Bratakalipamidam Punuyam Shurunoti Shrabayachcha Yahu Upel Dao Papanilmukutao Dulgatim Naiva Gachachatahu Mata Pituroshicha Maranue Saupalnam Shurunute Tu Yahu Pitarao Mukutima Pananao Sutahu Sanantatimanan Pavetu. Give me 1 second.
내가 지금 여기 턱에서 내려오면서 이게 쿵 했어요. 네.
악마가 그런지 착각을 했어. 어쩔 때는 악마가 그런지 착각을 했어.
의자가
네.
쿵 하고 떨어져요. 이렇게 낮은데도.
네, 지금부터는 악마가 하는지 목사님이 하는지.
그런 줄 알았구나. I'm sorry.
No, 괜찮아요. 지금부터 구별을 할게요.
그래, 정자는 젠틀맨이야.
Sorry about that. Mata Pituroshicha Maranue Saupalnam Shurunute Tu Yahu Pitarao Mukutima Pananao Sutahu Sanantati Manan Pavetu Na Shurutam Garudam Yena Kayashradtam Cha No Kurutam Purushotu Salgahu Kuruto Naiva Na Cha Masika Shwike Sa Gatam Gatyate Putrahu Gatam Muchedruno 무찌에드르 너트라야트 마따람 삐따람 짜이바 까탐 따라이툼 꾸셔마흐 따스마트 살바프라야트 네나 따스마트 살바프라야트 네나 슈로타비암 가루덤 길라 달마을 타까 마모쿠슈 달마을 타까 목 달마을 타까 마모쿠슈 놈 다약감 두헉하나 샤나무 부라넘 가루덤 부누염 바비트람 바바나 샤나무 슈르는 바땀 가마나 부람 슈로타비암 살바다이바 히 브라흐마노 라파테 비디암 구셔트리아흐 브르티빔 라파트 바이시오 타니카타메티 슈드라흐 슈드티아티 바타카트 슈르트바 다나니 데야니 바자카야 킬라니 자 볼보크타샤야 나디니 나니아타 사팔람 파베트 부라넘 부자야트 불밤 바자감 다다나는 따라무 바스트라 남까라고다 날 다쿠시 너 비슈자 바스트라 남까라고다 날 다쿠시 너 비슈자 사다라무 아는 나이시자 해마다 나이시자 부미다 나이시자 부리피흐 부자야드 바자감 파크티야 바후부누야 팔라프 따예 바자카시야 자네나이바 부지토함 나 삼샤야흐 사는 두실뚜이땀 야미 바자케 나트라 삼차야흐 이티 시리가루더 부라노 시라바노 팔라무. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break and set up. What do I wanna do? Bhagavata. No, I wanna do Bhagavad Gita next. Okay. Okay. So right now it's Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17. And tomorrow will be the last chapter again. Okay. Namaste. Ata sapta dasho tyaya Shiradata Taraya Vipaga Yoga Arjuna Uvacha Ye Shasutara Vitimutu Surujya Yajanante Shiradatayanam Vitaha Deshwam Nishita Tu Ga Gurushuna Satatubamaho Rajasatamaha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Tripita Pavati Shiradata Dehinam Sa Svapavaja Sa Tatubaki Rajasi Jaiva Tamasi Jati Tam Shirano Satatavanuru Pa Saivasya Shiradata Pavati Parata Shiradata Mayoyam Purusho Yo Yachachradataha Sa Eva Saha Yajanante Satatubika Devanyakusharakushamsi Rajasaha Pratanam Putakanam Shejaniye Yajanante Tamasa Janaha Ashasatarapihitam Koram Tapyanante Ye Tapo Janaha Damampa Hangankara Samyukataha Kamara Gabalanam Vitaha Karshoyanantaha Sharirasatam Putagrama Machatasaha Mam Jaivanantaha Sharirasatam Danam Vidu Tia Surati Danam Vidu Tia Suranishijayana One more Danam Vidu Tia Suranishijayana Aha Rasatavapi Saivasya Trivito Pavati Puriyaha Yajinyasatapasatata Danam Teshum Pedamimam Shuranu Ayuho Satatavabala Rogya Sukapura Ayuho Satatavabala Rogya Sukapuri Tibivaitanaha Rasyaha Sinigataha Satira Hurudya Aharaha Satatavikapuriyaha Kattavamula Bhavano Kattavamula Kattavamula Lavano Diushanati Kushanaru Kushabida Hinaha One more Kattavamula Lavano Diushanati Kushanaru Kusha Kattavamula Lavano Diushanati Kushanaru Kusha Vida Hinaha Kattavamula Lavano Diushanati Kushanaru Kusha Vida Hinaha Ahara Rajasasyashita Tuhakashokamaya Pradaha Yatayamam Katarasam Puti Pariushvitam Jayat Uchachishitamapi Jametyam Pojanam Tamasapuriyam Apala Gangushwi Apala Gangushwi Piriajinyo Bitidurashudwo Ya Ijiate Bitidurashudwo Ya Ijiate Sorry Yashadavya Mevati Manaha Samataya Sa Tatavikaha Apisanantaya Tu Palam Damampal Tamapi Jaiva Yat Ijiate Paratashirashutha Tam Yajinyam Bidati Rajasama Vitihi Nama Surashutta Nanam Manantarahi Nama Dakushvinam Shiradata virahitam yajinyam tamasam parichakushote. Devad bija guru purajinya pujanam. Shauchama jabam. Brahmacharya mahimsa. Brahmacharya mahimsa. Ja shariram tapa uchyate. Anudvegakaram bhakyam satyam puriyahitam cha yat. Svathyaya phyasanam chaiva bhangamayam tapa uchyate. Manahu prasadahu saumyatvam maunamatma vinigrahahu. Pasasam shuddhirityatata. Pavasam shuddhirityatatapo manasamuchyate. Shiradataya paraya tapatam tapasatatari. Tapasatatari vitam naraihu. Apalagang gushipiriyukutaihu satatavikam parichakushote. Satakaramana pujaltam tapo namampena chaiva yat. Kuriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chanamaturvam. Mutagra henotmano yatpidoya kuriyate tapahu. Parasyot sadanaltam pa tatatama samuda hurtam. Datavyamiti yadadanam diyate nupakarinue. Deshe kale cha patre cha tadadanam satatavikam smurtam. Yatutu pratyupakaraltam palamudadishya punahu. Diyate cha pariklishitam tadadanam rajasam smurtam. Adeshakale yadadanamapatre pyashicha diyate. Oh, it's the last verse. No, it's not. Okay, sorry. Asatu kurutam abhajinyatam tatatamas amuda hurtam. Tatusaditi nirdesho brahmanos trivitahu smurtahu. Brahmanos tena vedashicha yajinyashicha vihitahu puran. Tasmadomiti udahurtiya yajinyada natapahukri. Yajinyada natapahukriyahu. Prabhaltanante vitanoktahu satatam brahmavadinam. Adityana pisanantaya palam yajinyatapahukriyahu. Dana kriya shitya vivitahu kriyanante mokushakang kushvipihu. Sadupave satupave ja sadityetat pramutyate. Sadityetat prayudyate. Prashasate kaimanui tata sachachabudahu palta yudyate. Yajinya tapasi tane ja satitihu saditi chotyate. Kaima jaiva tadaltiyam sadityeva pitiyate. Last verse. Ashiraditaya hutam tatatam tapasatapatam kurutam cha yat. Asaditiu jate parta na cha tatapratya no iha. Tat Saditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Panishatu Su Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambade Shiraddha Viphaga Yogo Nama Sabdadasho Tyayaha. Namaste. Arjuna said, what is the state, O Krishna, of those who, abandoning the ordinances of the scriptures, perform sacrifices and deal with faith? Is it one of goodness or passion or darkness? The Holy One said, the faith of embodied is of three kinds. It is born of their natures. It is good, passionate, and dark. Hear now these. The faith of one, Uparata, is conformable to his own nature. A being here is full of faith, and whatever is one's faith, one is even that. They that are of the quality of goodness worship the gods. They that are of the quality of passion, the yakshas and the rakshas. Other people that are of the quality of darkness worship departed spirits and hosts of bhutas. Those people who practice severe ascetic austerities, not ordained by the scriptures, given up to hypocrisy and pride, and endued with desire, attachment, and violence. Those persons possessed of no discernment, torturing the groups of organs in bodies, and me also seated within bodies, should be known to be of demoniac resolves. Food which is dear to all is of three kinds. Sacrifice, penance, and gifts are likewise. Listen to their distinctions as follows. Those kinds of food that increase life's period, energy, strength, health, well-being, and joy, which are savory, oleaginous, nutritive, and agreeable, are liked by the good. Those kinds of food which are bitter, sour, salted, overhot, pungent, dry, and burning, and which produce pain, grief, and disease, are desired by the passionate. The food which is cold, without savor, stinking, and corrupt, and which is even refuse, and filthy, is dear to men of darkness. That sacrifice is good which, being prescribed by the ordinance, is performed by persons without any longing for the fruit, and the mind being determined that its performance is a duty. But that which is performed in expectation of fruit, and even for the sake of ostentation, know that sacrifice, O chief of the sons of Bharata, to be of the quality of passion. That sacrifice which is against the ordinance, in which no food is dealt out, which is devoid of manantras, in which no fees are paid to the brahmanas assisting at it, and which is void of faith, is said to be of the quality of darkness. Reverence to the gods, regenerate ones, preceptors and men of knowledge, purity, uprightness, the practices of a brahmacharin, and the abstention from injury are said to constitute the penance of the body. The speech which causeth no agitation, which is true, which is agreeable and beneficial, and the diligent study of the Vedas are said to be the penance of speech. Serenity of the mind, gentleness, taciturnity, self-restraint, and purity of the disposition, these are said to be the penance of the mind. This threefold penance, performed with perfect faith by men without desire of fruit and with devotion, is said to be of the quality of goodness. That penance which is performed for the sake of respect, honor, and reverence, with hypocrisy, which is unstable and transient, is said to be of the quality of passion. That penance which is performed under a deluded conviction, with torture of one's self, and for the destruction of another, is said to be of the quality of darkness. That gift which is given because it ought to be given to one who cannot return any service for it, in a proper place, at a proper time, and to a proper person, is said to be of the quality of goodness. That, however, which is given reluctantly for return of services, or even with an eye to fruit, that gift is said to be of the quality of passion. In an unfit place and an unfit time, at an unfit time, the gift that is made to an unworthy object, without respect and with contempt, is said to be of the quality of darkness. This is said to be the threefold designation of Brahma. By that, the Brahmanas and the Vedas and the sacrifices were ordained of old. Therefore, uttering the syllable the sacrifices, gifts, and penances prescribed by the ordinance of all utterers of Brahma begin. uttering datte. The various rites of sacrifice, penance, and gifts without expectation of fruit are performed by those that are desirous of deliverance. Satte is employed to denote existence and goodness. Likewise, Osana the word satte is used in any auspicious act. Constancy in sacrifices and penances and in gifts is also called satte, and an act too for the sake of that is called satte. Whatever oblation is offered, whatever is given away, whatever penance is performed, whatever is done without faith is osana said to be the opposite of satte, and that is not both here and hereafter. There's an asterisk I kind of want to look up. Okay. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to do Raghaveda, I think. Today's study might be short because Garuda Purana was really, really short. And I'm going to try to finish Yoga Sutras. I think I'm up to, I think I have 10 sutras and commentaries left. Okay, I'm going to take 2 minutes. Okay. It's Raghaveda, chapter 143. Right? 43, yep, 43. 8 verses, long 8 verses. Oof, oof. That's like 14 verses in a normal text. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Pura Tabiasim, Nabiasim, Titibra Magnene, Titibra, Titimagnaye, Pacho, Matim, Sahasaha, Sunabe, Pare, Apam, Napadio, Pasupiho, Saha, Purio, Hota, Purtiviam Nyasida Durut Nyasida Durut Viah Sa Jayamanah Parame Vyomania Viragnira Pavanam Mata Rishivane Vyomania Viragnira Pavanam Vyomania Viragnira Pavanam Mata Rishivare Vyomania Viragnira Pavanam Mata Rishivane Asya Gratva Samithanasya Majmana Pra Diaba Shochih Purtivi Arochayat Asya Tubeshu Ajara Asya Panavah Susamdurshah Suprati Kasya Sudiutah Pat Bakusho Atyak Si는 타보그네 레자는 때 아사사는 또 아자라흐 야메리레 프르가보 비시바데바삼 나파 보르티비아 부바나시아 마지마나 sorry 아그님 땀 길필히누히 스바 다메 야 에코 바스보 바르누 나 라자티 나 요 바라야 마루트타미바 스바나흐 세네바 스르시트 디비야 야타샤니흐 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기 다이라트티 아그닐 잠은 파이 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기 다이라트티 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기라 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기라이 디기타이 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기라 스티기타이 라트티 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기타이 라트티 one more 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기타이 라트티 one more 아그닐 잠은 파이 스티기타이 라트티 파이바티 요토나 샤투루는 사 바나 니아른 자떼 꾸비는 노 아그니루 자타시아 비라사드 바수 꾸비드 바수 피흐 비라사드 바수 슈 비라사드 바수 슈꾸 비라사드 바수 슈꾸 비드다 수피흐 비라사드 바수 슈꾸 비드 바수 피흐 비라사드 바수 비라사드 바수슈 꾸 비라사드 바수슈꾸 help me 비라사드 바수슈꾸 비드다 수피흐 비라사드 바수슈꾸 비드 비라사드 바수슈꾸 비드다 비라사드 바수슈꾸 비드다 수피흐 까마마 바라트 쪼다흐 꾸비트뚜 지야트 사타예 티야흐 슈치프라티 감 타마야 티야 그루누에 크르타 프라티 감자 로타시야 둘 쉬다 마그님 미뜨람 나 사미타나 란자떼 이는 타노 아꾸로 미다테슈 디디아츠 추크라 발너 모두 디디아츠 추크라 발너 모두 노 얌사떼 디아무 last verse 아프라요츠 차는나 아프라요츠 차드 피라그네 아프라요츠 차드 피라그네 one more actually I pronounced it wrong 아프라요츠 차드 피라그네 드 피라그네 아프라요츠 차드 피라그네 유츠 차드 피라그네 유츠 차드 피라그네 유츠 차드 피라그네 유츠 차드 피라그네 오케이 아프라요츠 차드 피라그네 시베 필나흐 빠유피흐 빠히 샤그마이흐 아다브 테피라 드르비 데피 리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 오케이 아다브 테피라 드르비 데피 리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 아다브 테피라 드르비테 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 아다브 테피라 드르비테 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 Help me 나마스테 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 almost 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 one more 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 one more 아다브 테피라 드르비테 피리실두에 니미셔드 피흐 빠리 빠히 노 짜흐 나마스테 To Agni I present the newer, mightier hymn. I bring my words and song unto the Son of Strength, who, offspring of the waters, bearing precious things, sits on the earth, in season dear invoking priest. Soon as he sprang to birth, that Agni was shown forth to Mahatarishvan in the highest firmament. When he was kindled, through his power and majesty, his fiery splendor made the heavens and earth to shine. His flames that wax not old, beams fair to look upon him, whose face is lovely, shine with beauteous sheen. The rays of Agni, him whose active force is light, through the nights glimmer sleepless, ageless like the floods. Send thou with hymns that Agni to his own abode, who rules, one sovereign lord of wealth like Varuna, him, all possessor, whom the Phrugus, with their might, brought to earth's central point, the center of the world. He whom no force can stay, even as the Maruts roar, like to a dart sent forth, even as the bolt from heaven. Agni with sharpened jaws chews up and eats the trees, and conquers them as when the warrior smites his foes. And will not Agni find enjoyment in our praise? Will not the Vasu grant our wish with gifts of wealth? Will not the Inspirer speed our prayers to gain their end? Him with the radiant glens, I love with this my song. The kindler of the flame wins Agni as a friend, promoter of the law, whose face is bright with oil. Inflamed and keen, refulgent in our gatherings, he lifts our hymn on high, clad in his radiant hues. Keep us incessantly with guards that cease not, Agni, with guards auspicious, very mighty, with guards that never slumber, never heedless, never beguiled, O helper, keep our children. Okay, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. Okay, sorry. Yoga Sutras, I'm gonna finish it today. It's only 7 verses left. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 57. Okay, here we go. Namaste. 사뜨뜨바 부르쇼 니아땅 키아 디마 드라시아 살바 파바 티슈트 뜨르뜨밤 살바지냐 뜨르뜨밤 짜 닐투 따라자 스타 닐투 따라자 스 닐투 따라자 스타 모말라시아 부드티 사뜨뜨바시아 빠레 와이샤라디에 파라시암 바시가라 삼지냐얌 발타마나시아 사테트바 부르셔 니아따 키아 디마 테라루 바프라티슈터시아 살바파바 티슈트 뜨르뜨바무 살바트마노 구너 비아바사 바사야 트마카흐 비아바사야 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 비아바세야 뜨마카흐 비아바사야 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 비아바세야 뜨마카흐 시바미남 구슈와트라지냠 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마드 마트 베노파스티타 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파스티타 Number 1 밭뜻을 터는 땅 뜻을 터는 땅 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파스 밭뜻을 터는 땅 마뜻을 터는 뜻을 터는 땅 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파스 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파스 밭뜻을 터는 땅 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파스 밭뜻을 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파뜻을 터는 땅 One more 브라티아 셰쇼드르시아 뜨마트 베노파뜻을 터는 땅 Now can it be the instead of the? No, I'll just leave it. Okay. 이띠알타흐 살바지냐 뜨르뜨밤 살바뜨마남 구너남 샤는 또디따 비아빠데시아 탈마 뜨베나 샤는 또디따 비아빠데시아 탈마 뜨베나 비아바스티따나 마크라모파루 비아바스티따나 마크라모파루 덤 비베카잠 지냐나미띠알타흐 이띠에솨음 비쇼카 나마 시드티리암 브라피아 요기 살바지냐흐 구슈이너 클레샤바는타노 바시 비하라티 He who has only the full discernment into the difference between the sattva and the self is one who has authority over all states of existence and is one who knows all. He who is grounded in only the full discernment into the difference between the sattva and the self and who is in the higher consciousness of being master in the higher clearness and who has the sattva of his thinking substance cleansed from the defilement of rajas and tamas is one who has authority over all states of existence. The aspects which are the essence of all things, which have both the determinations and the object of determinations as their essence, present themselves as being the essence of the object for sight in its totality to their owner, the soul. This is the meaning. Being one who knows all refers to the knowledge produced by discrimination and rising instantaneously of the aspects which are the essence of all, whether they be quiescent or uprisen or indeterminable. This is the meaning. It is this perfection that is termed the undistressed, by attaining to which the yogin who knows all, whose hindrances and bondages have dwindled, takes his recreation as having mastery. Oof. I hope I finish it today. 다드바이라기야 다피 도셔비자쿠쇼예 가이발리암 야다 시아이밤 파바티 글레샤 깔마쿠쇼예 따뜻바시아얌 비베카 프라티아요 타이마흐 사뜻밤 짱 헤야파쿠쇼에 니아스담 부르셔시짱 파리너미 슈드토니아흐 사뜻바디티 에바마시아 따또 비라지아마나시아 야니 글레샤비자니 나그타샤리 비자카리파니아 프라사바 사말타니 나그타샤리 비자카리파니아 프라사바 사말타니 तानी साहा मनसा प्रत्यासताम गच्छन्ति तेषु प्रलीनेषु पुरुषः पुनरिदं तापत्रायां न भुङ्क्ते तदेतेषां गुणानां मनसि कर्मक्लेशविपाका स्वरूपेण कर्मक्लेशविपाकस्वरूपेण भिव्यक्तानां चरितार्थानां प्रतिप्रसवे पुरुषस्य त्यनन्तिको गुणवियोगः कैवल्यं तदा स्वरूपप्रतिष्ठितो चित्तिशक्तिरेव पुरुष इति. As a result of passionlessness, even with regard to these, there follows, after the dwindling of the seeds of the defects, isolation. When after the dwindling of hindrances and of karma comes to him thus, this presented idea of discrimination is an external aspect of the sattva, and sattva is to be reckoned with those things that are to be escaped. The self, moreover, is immutable, undefiled, and other than the sattva, when he is thus unaffected. Those seeds of the hindrances which, like burnt seeds of rice, are incapable of generation, go together with the central organ to their rest. And when, these being resolved into the primary cause, the self does not again have the experience of the three pains, then these aspects, in that they are manifested in the central organ as being karma and hindrances and fruitions, have fulfilled their purpose and invert the process of generation. Then there is the absolute absence of correlation of the self with the aspects, isolation. Then the self is naught else than the energy of intellect grounded in itself. Okay, I think 51 is the longest. And 52 is also long. And so is 53. It's long sutras and commentaries. I hope I finish it today. 스타니우파니만은따라누에 상은가스마야 까라넘 보나라 니실토프라 상은가트. Oh well. 자트바라흐 카르바미 요기나흐 브라타마카르피코 마투 부미카흐 브라지냐 지오티라티크라는 따파바니 야시자티. One more. 브라지냐 지오티라티크라는 따파바니 야시자티. 따트라 피아시 브라브르트 따마트라 지오티흐 브라타마흐 버탄 파라프라지뇨 드비티야흐 부테는드리야자이 드르티야흐 살베슈 바비테슈 바바니야슈 그르타라쿠셔는 바는타 그르타라쿠셔 바는타흐 깔타비야 사타나 디마느 짜툴토 야스트 바티크란 야스트 바티크란은 따파바니 야스타시야 야스트 바티크란은 따파바니 야스타시야 제트타 프라티살가 에콜타흐 사부타비타시야 프라는 따푸미 프라지냐 따트라 마투마팀 부밈 사쿠셔드 꿀바토 브라흐마노시야 스타니노 데바흐 사테트바 비슈드 티마누파시아는 따흐. Number 1. 드바슈 사테트바 슈드 티마누파시아는 따흐. 스타나이루파니마는 뜨라야는 때포 이하시아땀 이하 라미아땀 가마니요얌 포가흐 가마니야얌 가니야 라사야나미담 자라무르티움. Number 2. 무르티유 자라무르티유 바타테 바이하야사미담 야나마미 까르파두루마흐 부누여 마는다키니 시드타 마할쇼야 우드타마 아누쿠라 아프사라소 디비에 슈로트라 짜쿠슈슈이 바주로 파마흐 까야흐 스바구노이흐 살바미다 무빨 제타마 유시마타 프라티파디아타 미다마쿠셔야 마자라 마마라스타남 프라티파디아타 미다마쿠셔야 마자라 마마라스타남 프라티파디아타 미다마쿠셔야 마자라 프라티파디아타 미다마쿠셔야 마자라 마마라스타남. I don't know if you were able to tell, I got distracted by the criminal. Effing criminal. Thankfully, I have my nicotine. Thank you, God. In King Yahushua's name, thank you, God. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara satanam. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara satanam. Ramamara satanam. Jaramamara satanam. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara satanam. One more. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara. Pratipadyata midamakushaya majara mamara satanam. Devanam Puriyamiti Evamapiti Yamanahu Sangangadosho는 파바야드 코레슈 상은가 상은가 도셔는 바바야드 고레슈 삼사랑은 가레슈 바찌야마네나 마야 자야 자나나 자나나 마라 너는 타카레 비파리 발타마네나 까탐치다 사디타흐 글레샤티미 까탐치다 사디타흐 티미라 글레샤티미라 비나시 요가 프라디 파스타시아 자이테 두르쇼노 요나요 비셔바바 야바흐 비셔바바 야바흐 브라티바쿠셔흐 사 카레바함 라브타 로카흐 가타마나야 비셔야무르가 뚜르쇼노야 반치타스타시아이바 puna흐 브라디프타시아 삼사라 그네라 드마나만 민타니 삼사라 그네라 드마나 미는타니 삼사라 그네라 드마나 미는타니 구리야 미티 스바스티 바흐 스바푸노밤에 피아흐 그르파노 자나프랄타니야 피오 그르파노 자나 프랄 그르파노 자나 프랄타니야 피오 비쇼야 피아 이티에밤 니시치타마티흐 사마팀 파바야트 상은가마 그르트바 스마야마피 나 구리야 데밤함 데바나마피 프랄타니야 이티 스마야다얌 수스티타마니아타야 무르티우나 게셰슈 구르히타미바 뜨뜨마남. I'm not sure what the spelling is. Let me check. 51. 그루히 드마남 1T. That looks like a 2T tone. I'm gonna say both versions. 그루히 타미바 드마남 나 바바이시오티 따탕 짜시야 쯔치드라는 따라 쯔치드라는 따라 브라코슈이 쯔치드라는 따라 브라코슈이 니티암 쯔치드라는 따라 브라코슈이 니티암 야트노파 짜리야흐 브라마도 라브타 비바라흐 라브타 비바라흐 글레샤누드 담은 파이시오티 글레샤누드 담은 파이시오티 따따흐 글레샤누드 담은 글래샤 누드땀은 파이시었디. 따따흐. Sorry. Bunara nishirtopra 상은가흐. 에바마시야 상은가스마야 바꿀바또. 상은가스마야 바꿀바또. 바비똘토. 드르투이 바비시었디. 바바니 야시짱 토피무키. 바비시었디띠. 바바니 야시짱 토피무키. 바비시었디띠. Okay. In case of invitations from those in high places, these should arouse no attachment or pride, for undesired consequences recur. Now there are 4 kinds of yogins: Pratamakaripika, Matupumika, Brajinyajotis, Atikarana Tapavaniya. Of these, the first is the observant of practice, for whom light is just beginning. The second has the truth-bearing insight. The third is he who has subjugated the elements and the organs, and who has provided means for keeping all that has been cultivated, and is yet to be cultivated, and who has the means of attainment and so forth for what has been done and is yet to be done. But the fourth, who has passed beyond that which may be cultivated, has as his whole sole aim the resolving of the mind stuff. His is the sevenfold insight, advancing in stages to the highest. The purity of the Sattva in that Brahman among these who has directly experienced the honeyed stage is observed by those in high places, the gods. With their high places they invite him. Sir, will you sit here? Will you rest here? This pleasure might prove attractive. This maiden might prove attractive. This elixir checks old age and death. This chariot passes through air. Yonder are the wishing trees. The stream of heaven confers blessedness. The sages are perfected. The nymphs are incomparable and not prudish. Eyes and ears supernal, the body like diamond. In consequence of your peculiar virtues, venerable sir, all these things have been won by you. Have entrance to this high place which is unfading and ageless, and deathless and dear to the gods. Thus addressed, let him ponder upon the defects of pleasure, baked upon the horrible coals of the Brahma rebirths, and writhing in the darkness of birth and of death. I have hardly found the lamp of yoga which makes an end to the obscurations of the hindrances, and of this the lust-born gusts of sensual things are enemies. How then could it be that I, who have seen its light, could be led astray by these things of sense, a mere mirage, and make of myself fuel for that same fire of the Rana rebirths as it flares up again? Very well. Sensual things as dreams, and to be craved by vile folk. His purpose thus determined, let him cultivate concentration. Giving up attachment, let him not even take pride in thinking it is he that is thus urgently desired even by gods. Such a one, if in his pride he deem himself secure, will not feel as if he were one whom death hath gripped by the hair. And so heedlessness, on the lookout for his weak points and failures, and always carefully to be watched, will have found an opening and will arouse the hindrances. As a result of this, undesired consequences recur. So then, he who in this way does not become attached or take pride will attain permanently the purpose which he has cultivated within, and will find himself face to face with the purpose which he has yet to cultivate. I think it's wise for me to take a break right now. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break. Okay, so that's 51, now it's 52. Okay. Four more sutras to go. Namaste. Kushono tatakaramayoha samyamad vivekajam jinyanam yatha pakasho pariyanantam dravyam paramanuravam 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 paramapakashapariyanta paramapakashapariyantah kalah kushono yavata pa samayana jalitaha paramanuha pulvadesham jahya dutara deshamut mupa sampadyata jahya dutara deshamupa sampadyata jahya dutara deshamupa sampadyata jahya dutara deshamupa sampadyata jahya dutara deshamupa sampadyata sakalah kushonoh tatprabha pichiche dasutu one more tatprabha pichiche dasutu gramah kushono tatkramayolna sati pasutu samahara iti buddhiti samaharo muhulta horatra dayah sa kalvayam kalo pasutushu niopi buddhatinilmanah shabdajiñananupati shabdajiñananupati laukikanam vyutatitadaishananam pasutusvarupa ivapasate kushonosutu pasutu patitah gramabalambi gramashichan kushono nanantariyatma tam kala vidah kala itya jakushote yoginah nacha devau kushono sahapavatah I can't tell. Should I look it up? Two words. Gramashcha na devayoh sahapuvo ra sampava sahapuvora sampavat 볼바스마 두드따라 파비노 볼바스마 두드따라 파비노 Number 1 라시아 파 볼바스마 두드따라시아 볼바스마 두드따라시아 파비노 야다 나는 딸이암 Kushonosya sa gramahu. Tasmad vaitamana evaikahu. Kushono na bulvodutara kushonohu sanantiti. Bulvodutara kushono nakush. Bulvodutara kusho. Bulvodutara kushonohu sanantiti. Tasmana nasati tatasamahaраhu. Ye tu Putapabinahu kushonosute parinomanam vita vyakyeyahu denaikena kushonuena kurutusno lokahu. I want to double check the spelling. Yeah, cool. Parinomamanu pavati Tatakushonoparutuh. Tatakushonoparutuh. Karevami saive taimahu. Tayohu. Kushonotatokramayohu. Samyamatatayohu. Samyamatatayohu. Sakushotakaranamu. Tatashichan vivekajam jinyanam pradulpavati. I think it's just one more long sutra and the commentary after this, and then it shouldn't be that long. As a result of constraint upon moments and their sequence, knowledge proceeding from discrimination. Just as the atom is the minimal limit of matter, so the moment is the minimal limit of time, or the time taken by an atom in motion in order to leave one point and reach the next point is a moment. But the continuous flow of these is a sequence. Moments and the sequences of these cannot be combined into a real. Hours of 8 and 40 minutes, days of 30 such hours, and so on are combinations by a mental process. Thus time, being of this nature, does not correspond to anything real, but is the structure by a mental process, and follows as a result of perceptions or of words. To the ordinary thinking of the emergent mind, it might appear as if it were real. But the moment does come within the objects and rests upon the sequence. Furthermore, the sequence has its essence in an uninterrupted succession of moments. This is called time by experts in time, so the yogins use the term. For two moments cannot occur simultaneously, because it is impossible that there be a sequence between two things that occur simultaneously. When a later moment succeeds an earlier without interruption, there is a sequence. Thus in the present, there is a single moment, and there are no earlier or later moments. Therefore there is no combination of them. But those moments which are past and future are to be explained as inherent in the mutations. Accordingly, the whole world passes through a mutation in any single moment. So all those external aspects of the world are relative to this present moment. By constraint upon moments and their sequence, both are directly perceived. And as a result of this, the knowledge proceeding from discrimination comes about. So 53 is the longest from now on, and after that it should be really short. Should I take a break, or should I? No, I'll keep going. Tasya Vishaya Visheshu Upakoshui Piate Yatila Kushono Deshaira Nyatana Bachicheda Tetulia Yotsutatahu. I mean, I could finish here. I don't know. I'm kind of. What should I do? Jatila Kushono Deshai Ranyata. Jatila Kushono Deshai. Jatila Kushono Deshai Ranyata Nabachicheda. Bachicheda Tetulia Yotsutatahu. Jati lakushono desha iraniata nabachi chedan. Jati lakushono desha iraniata nabachi chedan tutulia yosutatahu. Pratipatatihu. One more. Jati lakushono desha iraniata nabachi chedan tutulia yosutatahu. Jati lakushono desha iraniata nabachi chedan tutulia yosutatahu. Jati lakushono desha iraniata nabachi chedan tutulia yosutatahu. Pratipatatihu. I want to double check this character. Yep, cool. Pratipatatihu. Tuliayol desha lakushono. Tuliayol desha lakushono sarupie. Jati pedonia tayam. Jati pedonia tayam. Hetuhu. Gauriyam. Badave yamiti. Tulia desha jati yatave. Lakushono maniatu bakaram. Galakushwi. Gauhu. Sivasati mati. Gauriti. Tubayora malakayol jati lakushono saru piad desha pedoniat bakara. Tubayora malakayol jati lakushono saru piad desha pedoniat bakara. What the hell? Tubayora malakayol jati lakushono saru piad desha pedoniat bakara. Idam pulbamida mudutaramiti. Yada tu pulvamamala. Kamania via gracia. Pulvamamala kamania. Pulvamamala kamania via gracia. One more. Pulvamamala kamania via gracia. Pulvamamala kamania via gracia. Jinya turutu taradesha. Jinya turutu taradesha. Upa baltiate. Number 2. Baltate. Upa baltate. Tadan. Tulia deshatve. Polvameta. Dututarameta diti pravipaga nupapatitihu. Pulvameta dututarameta diti. Pulvameta dututarameta diti pravipaga nupapatitihu. One more. Pulvameta dututarameta diti. Pulvameta dututara. Pulvameta dututarameta diti Pulvameta dututarameta diti pravipaga nupapatitihu. One more. Pulvameta dututarameta diti pravipaga nupapatitihu. Sorry. 아삼디그테나 짜 따뜻바지냐네나 파비타비아 미티아테 파비타비아 미티아타 이다무그담 따따흐 프라티파트틸 비베카자지냐나디티. Sorry, I got distracted. So, on top of reading Sanskrit, I have to deal with the effing criminal that lives in this household who cannot stand the Sanskrit reading. The effing demon. Okay. Pratipatiti vivekajajiñanaditi katam pulva malaka sahakushono pulva malaka sahakushono desha udutara malaka sahakushono desha. I'm gonna read this again. Katam pulva malaka sahakushono desha 우드따라 말라까 사하쿠쇼노 드데샤드 피는나흐 우드따라 말라까 사하쿠쇼노 드데샤드 피는나흐. Almost. 우드따라 말라까 사하쿠쇼노 드데샤는 우드따라 말라까 사하쿠쇼노 우드따라 말라까 사하쿠쇼 우드따라 말라까 사하쿠쇼노 드데샤드 피는나흐 데 자말라케 스바데 샤쿠쇼노 누파밭 피는네 스바데 샤쿠쇼노 누파밭 스바데 샤쿠쇼노 누파밭 피는네. 아니야 데 샤쿠쇼노 누파바스 아니야 데 샤쿠쇼노 누파바스투 다요라니아트베 헤뚜리티 에테나 두르셔떠는 때나 파라마노 둘리아자 틸라쿠쇼노 데샤시아 파라마노스 둘 파라마노스 노 파라마노스 둘리아자 틸라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. 파라마노스 둘리아자 딜라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. One more. 파라마노스 노 파라마노스 둘리아자 딜라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. One more. 데샤시아 파라마노스 둘리아자 딜라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. 44 is short. 파라마노스 둘리아자 딜라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. 파라마노스 둘리아자 딜라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. 파라마노스 둘리아자 딜라쿠쇼노 데샤시아. 불바 파라마노 데샤 사하쿠쇼노 드카라노 두트타라시아. 불바 파라마노 데샤 사하쿠쇼노 불바 파라마노 데샤 사하쿠쇼노 드카라노 두트타라시아. No 두트타라시아. One more. Help me. 불바 파라마노 데샤 사하쿠쇼노 불바 파라마노 데샤 사하쿠쇼노 드카라노 두트타라시아. Maybe a little water. Pulvaparamanu desha sakusho no sakusho tukarano dututarasia. One more. Pulvaparamanu desha sakusho no sakusho tukarano dututarasia. Paramano se tadu deshanu papatutanu pututarasia. Wow. Paramano se tadu deshan. Paramano se tadu deshanu papatutanu pututarasia. Paramano se tadu deshanu. Paramano se tadu deshanu papatutanu pututarasia. Tadu deshanu pavo. Pinnahu. Sakushono peda tayori. Sakushono peda tayori shivarasia. Ri shivarasia. Sakushono peda tayori shivarasia. Yogi no niyatva pratyayo. Yogi no niyatva pratyayo. Yogi no niyatva pratyayo. Pavati iti. Oh, I want to say this again. Paramano se tadu deshanu papatata budutarasya. Tadu deshanu pavo pinnahu. Sakushono peda tayori shivarasya. Sakushono peda tayori shivarasya. Yogi no niyatva. Yogi no niyatva. Yogi no niyatva pratyayo. Yogi no niyatva pratyayo. Pavati iti. Sorry. It means I'm getting tired when I'm repeating myself over and over. Appare tu valno yananti. Yanantiya. Vishesho seteniata pratyayam. Gulvananti iti. Gulvananti iti. Tatrapi. Deshalakushono pedo. Deshalakushono pedo. Multibia batijati pedashijan yatve. Multibia batija. Multibia batija ti peda. Multibia batija ti pedash. Multibia batija ti pedashijan yatve. Hetuho. Kushono pedasutu. Yogi buddhatasya. Buddhitigamya. Sorry. Yogi buddhitigamya. Evati. Ata ukudam. Multibia vati. Multibia vita vati. Multibia vati jati peda pavananasati. One more. Multibia vati jati peda pavananasati. Mula purta taka devamiti. Mula purta taka devamiti. Vaishaganviyahu. That was rough. All right. Two more. The particular that is the object of this is brought forward. As a result of this, there arises the deeper knowledge of two equivalent things which cannot be distinctly qualified in species or characteristic mark or point of space. If two equivalent things resemble each other in point of space and in characteristic mark, it is the difference in species which makes distinguish between them. For instance, this is a cow, that is a mare. If the place and the species be equivalent, it is the characteristic mark that makes distinguish between them. For instance, this cow has black eyes. That cow is lucky. Since two myrobalan fruits resemble each other in species and in characteristic mark, it is the difference as to point of space that makes distinguish between them. For instance, this one is in front, this is behind. But when the myrobalan which was in front is put, while the attention of him who has the intuitive is elsewhere occupied, in the place of the one behind, then, if the places are equivalent so that one would think that is the one in front, that is the one behind, a right classification is impossible. Since the right view of things must be free from doubt, it was said, as a result of this there arises the deeper knowledge, as a result of the knowledge proceeding from discrimination. How is this? The point of space coincident with the myrobalan in front is distinct from the point of space coincident with the myrobalan behind. and the two myrobolans are distinct in that they pass through the incidents peculiar to their own points of space. But it is this passing through the incident belonging to another point of space that is the cause of the distinction between the two. This example illustrates how the Supreme Yogin has the presented idea of the difference between two atoms as a result of his direct experience of the point of space coincident with the atom in front, which atom is equivalent in species and characteristic mark and point of space. The reason for this is that the distinction is between the coincidents. Inasmuch as it is impossible that an atom which is behind can have the point of space of the one, the passing of the atom behind through its own point of space is different. Others, however, describe these particulars, which are ultimates, produce the idea of the difference. Even in this, the difference as to the point of space and as to the characteristic mark, and the difference as to limitation and extent, and as to the intervening space and to species, cause of distinction. But it is the difference as to the incident that is accessible to the thinking substance of the yogin only. Therefore it has been said, since there is no difference as to limitation and extent, or by reason of intervening space or of species, there is no distinction in the root. So says Vaishaganuya. Vaishaganuya. Okay. I'm going to take a short break so I could finish. I'm going to take a 2-minute break. Okay, 2 more to go. Just 2 more, and that's it. And this one is short. Next one, the last one is longer, but it's the last one. I don't care that much. Tarakam salva vishoyam salvata vishoyamakramam salvata vishoyamakramam jati vivekajam jinyanam Tarakamiti Sivaprati Potya Potata Sivaprati Potatamanao Padeshi Kamityartahu Sivaprati Potatam Sivaprati Potata Pot Sivaprati Potatamanao Padeshi Kamityartahu. So hard. Come on, just 2 more. And I'll have more superpowers after this. Svaprati podta manaopadeshika mityartha. Svaprati podta manaopadeshika mityartha. Sarva vishoyam nasya kimchida vishoyi bhuta mityartha. Sarvatha vishoyamati tanagata pratyutpanan. Sarvatha vishoyamati tanagata pratyutpananam. Sarvam pariyayaiha sarvatha janati tyartha. I want to say this again actually, starting from here. Sarva vishoyam nasya kimchida vishoyi bhutamityartha. Narakamiti, starting from the beginning. Svaprati podta manaopadeshika mityartha. Svaprati bodhita manaopadeshika. Svaprati bodhita manaopadeshika mityartha. Svaprati bodhita manaopadeshika. Svaprati bodhita manaopadeshika mityartha. Sarva vishoyam nasya kimchida vishoyi bhutamityartha. Nasya kimchida vishoyi bhutamityartha. It's probably not right. Nasya kimchida vishoyi bhutamityartha. Sarvatha vishoyamati tanagata pratyutpananam. Sarvatha vishoyamati tanagata pratyutpananam. Sarvam pariyayaiha sarvatha janati tyartha. Akramamityakakushonoparutham. Sarvatha guruhunoti tyartha. Etad vivekajam jnanam paripurnam. Asyayvamsho yoga pradipo matumatim bhumimupadaya yavadasya parisamapattiriti. Still rough. Why is it so rough? One more after this. The knowledge proceeding from this culmination is a deliverer, has all things as its object, and has all times for its object, and is without sequence. The word deliverer means that it arises out of its own vivid light without further suggestion, for it has all things for its object. This means that there is nothing that is not its object. It has all times for its object. This means that it has intuitive knowledge at all times of one whole, past and future and present, with its states. Without sequence means that it grasps one whole, striking upon at one moment with all its times. Such, in its complete form, is the knowledge proceeding from this culmination. Of this same, the lamp of yoga is a part, beginning with the honey stage until it reaches final perfection. I'm almost at the honey stage. That's the fun part. That's the roller coaster ride. The amusement park stage. It had to be long. The last one. Ugh. All right. Okay, last one. Yeah. Prapata vivekaja jnanasya. Prapata vivekaja jnanasya. Prapata vivekaja jnanasya. Prapata vivekaja jnanasya. Va. Satatva purusho yoha. Shuddhati samye. Kaivaliamiti. Shuddhati samye kaivaliamiti. Must be 2 words. Yeah. Iti Shri Patanjali Virachita Yoga. Shri Patanjali Virachita Yoga Sutreshu Trutiyo Vibhuti Padaha. That's the end of the sutra. And now the commentary. Partial. I think partial means commentary. Here we go. It's so long. Yada niltu tara jasata mumalam. Niltu tara jasata mumalam. Niltu tara jasata mum. Niltu tara jasata mumalam. Buddhati satatavam. Buddhati satatavam. Purushasya nyata pratitimatratikaram. Purushasya nyata pratitimatratikaram. There's number 1. It's missing number 1. I remember this now. Alright, now I have to do my research. I think it's this one. Double check. Yep, it's this one. Purushasya nyata pratyayamatrātikaram. Purushasya nyata pratyayaya. Purushasya nyata pratyayamatrātikaram. Okay. Dagata klesha bijam. Dagata klesha bijam. Pavati tada purushasya shuddhati sarupyam mivam banana. It's, what is that? Mivam. I'm gonna say both. Shuddhati sarupyamiva bananam. Shuddhati sarupyamiva bananam. Pavati tada purushasya pachari. Purushasya pacharita bhogapha. Purushasya pacharita bhogapha. Purushasya pachira. Purushasya pachari. Purushasya pacharita bhogaphaga. Purushasya pachari. Sorry, I'm being distracted by the effing criminal. Purushasya pacharita bhogaphaha shuddhatiha. Etasyam avasthayam kaivalyam bhavati shivarasya shivarasya. Bhavati shivarasya shivarasya va. One more. Almost finished. Bhavati shivarasya shivarasya va. Vivekaja jnana bhagina. Vivekaja jnana bhagina. Itarasya va. Nahi dagataklesha. Dagataklesha bijasya. Dagataklesha bijasya. Jnane punarapekusho. Punarapekusho. Kanchi dasati. Satatava shuddhatidu. Satatava shuddhatidu. Satatava shuddhatidu. Shuddhatidu. Satatava shuddhatidu va. Renoi tatta samadhi ja. Mai shivaryam. Satatava shuddhatidu va. Renoi tatta samadhi ja. Mai shivaryam. Satatava shuddhatidu va re. Satatava shuddhatidu va. Renoi tatta samadhi ja. Maishivariam, Samatija Maishivariam, Samatija Maishivariam, Satatava Shuddhitidi, Satatava Shuddhitidu, Satatava Shuddhitiduvare, Satatava Shuddhitid, Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija Maishivariam. I think that might be the hardest word before the book finishes. That's cool. Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija, Samatija Maishivariam, Samatija Maishivariam. Come on, man. Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija Maishivariam. Help me. Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija Maishivariam. Sama Tata Samatija, Tata Samatija Maishivariam, Tata Samatija Maishivariam, Satatava Shuddhiti, Satatava Shuddhitiduva, Satatava Shuddhitiduvare, Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija Maishivariam. Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija Maishivariam. One more. Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija. Satatava Shuddhitiduvare Noitata Samatija Maishivariam. Jnanam Jopakranantama. Jopakranantama. Paramartatasatu. 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 Jnana Dadaishanam. Jnana Dadaishanam. Jnana Dadaishanam. Nibaitate. Jnana Dadaishanam. Nibaitate. Tasaminan Niburutute. Tasaminan Niburutute. Na Sanantiyutare Kleshaha. Sanantiyutare Klesha. Tasaminani Burutute. Na Sanantiyutare Kleshaha. Klesha Pavat Kaimabipaka Pavaha. Charita Tikara Shaitasya. Charita Tikara Shaitasya Mavasatayam. I want to double check this. Yeah, cool. Guna na Purushasya Bunaldurushyat Benopa Dishitanante Bunaldurushyat Benopa Dishit Bunaldurushyat Benopa Dishitanante Bunaldurushyat Benopa Dishitanante Tata Purushasya Kaivalyam Tada. Purushaha Sivarupamatra Jyotiramalaha Sivarupamatra Jyotiramal Sivarupamatra Jyotiramalaha Jyoti Sivarupamatra Jyotiramalaha Kevali Pavati. Boy, so rough, but I finished it again. In either case, whether one has attained to knowledge proceeding from discrimination or has not attained to knowledge proceeding from discrimination, when the purity of the Sattva and of the self are equal, isolation. When the Sattva of the thinking substance is free from the defilement of the Rajas and Tamas, and when it has no task other than with the presented idea of the difference of from the self, and when the seeds of the hindrances within itself have been burnt, then the Sattva enters into a state of purity equal to that of the self. When this is so, purity is the cessation of the experience which is falsely attributed to the self. In this state, isolation follows for one who has supremacy, or for one who has not supremacy, for one who partakes of the knowledge proceeding from discrimination, or for another. For if there be knowledge in the case of one whose hindrances have become burned to seed, there is no further need of any. As being the means of purifying the sattva, both the supremacy proceeding from concentration and the knowledge have been introduced into the discussion. But strictly speaking, the knowledge represses not sight. When this is repressed, there are no more hindrances. Because there are no more hindrances, there is no fruition from karma. In this state, the aspects, their task done, do not again submit themselves as objects for sight to the self. That is the self's isolation. Then the self, having its light within itself, becomes undefiled and isolated. Iti shri pangatanjale samkhya parabachane yoga shansatre vyasa pashuye vibhuti padasutrati yah. Okay. Of the exposition of the comment on the Patanjalan, the book on supernormal powers, the third, with comments by Vyasa. Yeah, that's it, folks. Yeah, a little rough today, but I got through it, and it didn't take that much time. Just 4 minutes, my limit. Okay, I'm gonna do chanting in about an hour. See you then. Thank you. Namaste. And yeah, I do this every day. You can't miss me.